Hey, welcome to another episode of Investment Chats with Stephen Akintayo. I know you didn't expect this question coming.
Okay.
What is the investment you're making on your skin?
This 10 million that I've just been paid for this show.
Yes.
Let me
buy
see.
a land. Let me see
if I can multiply it.
Thank you so much for coming. I really want to thank you for accepting to be on the show.
My pleasure.
I saw clips of yourself and your daughter, with this piggy bank.
Oh, okay. I believe that was on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell us about your investment culture that you're, bringing into your family.
When we were growing up,
yes.
Our parents always taught us the value of putting money aside, saving.
Yes.
Yorubas will say, that means, don't eat everything you earn. Put something on the side. These kids of these days, they want an iPhone. They want all the good things in life. They want a laptop. They want, but you have to teach them that this money that you are spending, even if you can afford it as their father, it's not just easy to come by. You have to teach the value of money. Teach them the value of money, and that was one way I felt I could reach out to my kids. That look. Even I, your father, I still save. I put something aside to pay your school fees.
But your daughter had more money than you.
Well, that was a surprising thing. When we had that bet, I thought I have a bit, so that look, I will just do the shortcut. And I'll just put money every other week, put 5,000, 10,000. I know I'm going to surpass her. But on the day of the revelation, I was surprised because she kept quiet about it. Unbeknownst to me,
every day
she was saving. We usually give them money for lunch, like okay, buy meat pie or whatever, aside from their school. She was putting that. Our brother didn't. Our older brother didn't have 200 naira saved, but this little girl was putting money every 100 naira, 200. When visitors come, give her some money. When I give her some money, she say, okay, go and buy your recharge card. She won't say anything. She was putting. So when we opened and I saw the frequency with which I was impressed, and even though I won with the amount of money, but you could see clearly that I saved less.
In terms of the culture, she won.
So I had to give her all the money, and she has continued till today. As a matter of fact, she wanted to open the colo again yesterday. I said no, because she saved a lot during lockdown. And so I said no, let's wait. Let me to save. Don't disgrace your father this time around again.
So since this is a Rolls Royce show, Bentley, Rolls Royce, Ferrari, which is yours? Which one do you like?
I'm aspiring to get a Rolls Royce. I have a Bentley already. So Rolls will be next step
your
of
favorites, like
it's Rolls Royce. It's Rolls Royce.
So why didn't you get it first? Why Bentley before Rolls Royce?
At the time, I was a bit more favored towards. I felt the Rolls Royce was a bit loud because I wanted to drive it in Nigeria, and the way our people will look. Once they think so somebody comes to you and says, I got money the loan 5,000, and you say, sorry, come back. They say, man, yes,
GTX Homes,
a subsidiary of GTX Global, brought to you by Stephen Akintayo,
and is bringing you
Jasper Estate. It is located along the urban area of Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria.
This is just luxury at the tip of your fingers, with just 12 minutes drive from the Lakapine Tropicana.
It's 15 minutes from Dangote Refinery.
And it's 5 minutes to Lekki Town.
2 minutes from Stone Beach Resort.
It is just adjacent to the Dangote Jetty.
And if you're one that like to travel down memory lane and be in tune with the relics, Awolowo Museum is 5 minutes away. It is barely 11 minutes from Lekki Deep Sea Port.
Pick up that phone, dial that number, send that WhatsApp message to the number on your screen, and secure your slot today.
Also available in Abuja, and 20% discount also apply. GTX Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
I want to share with us how did yourself and Ken Ogumbe, your partnership, how did it happen?
We were first and foremost friends. We were students in school. Kenny read accounting, I read business administration. So we always met each other.
What school?
Southern University in New Orleans, in USA. We went to the same schools for undergraduate and graduate. So we were always seeing each other in class. So I mean, when you are two foreign students in a foreign land, so we gravitated towards each other. We became friends. We graduated on the same day. Both masters, and eventually we became roommates. So we were always in each. If you're looking for Kenny, you find him in my apartment. If you are looking for me, look for Kenny's apartment, you find. So eventually we decided to move together and say, look. So having been friends, we found out that we were two Ijebu boys, and we had the same things in common. We wanted basically the same things in life. To be successful, make your parents proud, come back to Nigeria and make a difference. So when you're going on a journey and you find somebody going in the same direction, it's a lot easier. Plus, I think people say it's unusual. We have a chemistry that works for us, and that enabled us to do business together. I can read Kenny's mind. I know that if I make this proposal, Kenny won't object. So everything doesn't have to be I agree or I don't agree. He knows if I make a business decision, it's something that will favor both of us. So I know Kenny can go somewhere and somebody will give him 10 million naira. I know he will give me my 5 without me being there. And vice versa. So the trust is there because we are friends. And my father always said, look, so try to avoid, if you can avoid, share. Hi, Chief Dr. Raymond Dokbesi. I have to say a big thank you to him. We were in LA, Kenny and myself and ID. We were living in Hollywood at the time. And we were just having fun, just partying up and down. And one day the man came to LA, took us to lunch and said, so what are your plans? And we looked like, plans, Anjaye Nama, you know mean by plans? He said, no, what are your plans for your future? Benny, I have a nice car, I have a nice apartment, plans with I live in America, I'm good. He said, no. What legacy do you want to leave behind? And when you are 20-something at the time, I was 26 or 27, legacy he now told us how President Obasanjo at the time, when he was military governor, came to Poland where he was going to school and invited him to come to Nigeria. Now, what is a brilliant young man like you doing here? And he came to Nigeria, established.
See what he's done.
So he said, look, you guys should come to Nigeria. And I was reluctant. It was a time when Nigeria was not that good economically, and people warned you, don't come back or don't come back. He said, look, here have 2 first-class tickets. He said, come to Nigeria. If you don't like it, spend 2-3 months. If you don't like it, you can go back. So we said, okay, I'll take you up, let's see. And we thank God that we were able to birth the first 24-hour private radio station, Ray Power, and subsequently AIT. And from then, we were able to execute a lot of the ideas that we were taught in school, in established programs, creative programs, news programs, entertainment programs. And that opened the door for us to eventually start doing our own thing in Kenny's music in prime time.
Hello guys, welcome to Beryl 2. Last year we launched Beryl 1, and in 6 months we're sold out here at Eleko. And now we're in Beryl 2, and Beryl 2 is juicier and better. Why? It has an approved gazette, so it has a government title. Very good document. And guess how much we're selling? We're selling for 15 million. You qualify to be able to pay just 10 million if you pay right now. And this slot is just 10 slots for you to pay 10 million. Once 10 slots is gone, bye. Yes, it has water, but we're creating roads. We are fencing around. There's some feeling for everybody in phase 2. You want to take advantage of this and invest today so that you can smile tomorrow. I love you, and I'm Stephen Akintayo.
GTX Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
Because you see an artist today, many that you guys have been behind them. And when the money was coming in, they didn't invest. And today, it's a shame that some are still struggling financially. What is missing?
Financial education.
Okay.
We don't teach that in schools. So our parents, we used to learn from our parents. Our parents always tried to leave something behind, whether it's a house, a small business for their children. But that has been eroded over the years. This new generation, they live for now. I want the iPhone, I want it now. I want the best laptop, I want it now. They don't think of 5 years from now. So like we said, it goes back to the savings culture. If you make $1 million today, you don't spend that million. Put 20% aside. Put 10 into stocks or bonds or real estate. You know, put something aside for the rainy day. And when you advise them, it's like, what's your business? So we must also live by example. And that was what you went back to with that colo thing that I did with my daughter. That, okay, let's do it together.
Let's do it together.
Don't do as I say, do as I do. So when you do it with them, it's more encouraging. And that's where I think we've lost it. So we don't delay the gratification and say, let me, this 10 million that I've just been paid for this show. Let me
buy
see.
a land. Let me,
let me see if I can multiply it. But we instantly want to show that latest Bentley, and we forget that these things depreciate. One of the few things that does not depreciate is real estate, land, a house. You know, if you buy land today, next year it's not the same price. But a car that you buy today, once you take it off the parking lot,
30%
devaluation once you drive it off the parking lot. So we must also teach that and let our young ones know that yes, it's good to live a good life. You want to live, you worked hard for it. Believe me, we understand that you worked hard for your money and you should enjoy it. I mean, we did too. We did the Hummers, we did the Range Rover, but you also put something aside because nobody reigns forever.
First of all, how did you move from entertainment to politics? And then how do politicians learn how to make money legally?
Most people say, oh no, I'm not a politician, but we are all political animals.
True.
Whether you sit in a cabana somewhere or pepper soup joint and you're talking about APC or PDP, we are all political animals. It's a degree of involvement that differs. So, but taking into cognizance that the decisions that people in power, politicians, the decisions that they make, they impact you and I.
True.
So it behoves us to get involved in the process. So even if you don't want to participate actively by running for local government, you must be involved because the decisions they make impact you daily. So you must get involved, and that's why I felt instead of sitting in my sitting room and complaining every day the roads are bad, you must get into. It's like my father would say, you can't play unless you wear a jersey. It's like a football game. If you don't warm up, wear a football jersey and stand on the sideline, let the coach know that you can play. You just be one of those clapping. My life has always been about helping people, serving people, whether it's through music. That's how Kenny's music came about. Trying to help some three young men achieve their dreams, and we didn't know we were helping ourselves as well. You know, just helping young people. Okay, you are talented. Okay, come, let's record you. We're not even thinking of the business side of it. But by the time 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 50 artists. Wait a minute, this is a business. So sometimes you come across your calling without even knowing it. Then when you talk about politicians not knowing, look, one notable politician told me, he was a former commissioner in Lagos State. He said, look, you can make money legitimately being in government without stealing.
Exactly.
And I said, he said, no, just being in government or being close to government, you have access to certain information that you can use to, if you know that, if you know, okay, like he said, he gave an example, he said, look, if you know that this road now, government is going to expand it to 4 lane, you can, that's it. You know, you can buy it for, and when the load is being expanded and government needs to buy it, then you sell. We have to find a way. We have to get our young people more involved. Look, they are more interested in Big Brother than in their future.
That's true.
Yeah, Big Brother is entertainment, but you remember that it's taking time away from your life.
Yeah, from the most important.
Look at, and I hate to use this example. Hush Puppy had 2-point-something million followers. Alhaji Aliko Dangote, who could be, the prime example of how to go about working hard and making money,
true.
has 100,000 followers. The richest black man in the world.
Wow.
If I want to follow anybody, I want to follow
Dangote. The entertainment industry, you've given so much to it. Will you say it has given you enough? And how do we make it better?
As human beings, we are never satisfied. We always want more.
Yeah.
But sincerely, it has opened doors for me.
Wow.
That has enabled me to do other things. I've traveled all over the world. I've been on probably all 5 continents.
Wow.
I've interviewed, through this same entertainment business, presidents, world celebrities.
Wow.
The only 2 that I wanted to interview that I never didn't meet was probably Muhammad Ali, and I've interviewed Michael Jackson, the late Nelson Mandela, numerous presidents, governors, prime ministers. I'm serious. When I think back, I'm blessed. To Beyonce, to Jay-Z.
I deserve some accolade.
No, it's just that this little thing that you say, music,
Yeah.
If you put enough effort in it and you put enough seriousness in it, it will take you places.
Very
it will put food on your table.
Very true.
But I just felt that that's my calling. I didn't see myself sitting in an office on a 9-to-5 job. But I felt I was willing to work. It wasn't easy. We were working 18-hour days in real power. For the period of 7 years. For a period of 7 years, I don't think I had 2 days off.
Wow.
My own sister, don't believe me, got married in this Lagos. I didn't make the wedding because I was working. I worked from 3 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day, including Sundays.
Wow.
And I didn't realize how hard we were working until when we resigned, and I slept for 3 months. But those 7 years paved the way for what we now did subsequently, from Kenny's music to prime time to other things, because I'd gotten used to putting in those amount of hours, but I didn't need to anymore. So entertainment has opened doors for me. I can walk into any bank or walk into any, at least get a meeting.
Yes.
Is the one? Okay, sit down.
That's true.
GTX Homes is a brand with vision of having the largest green and smart estate with innovation and technology. The vision has given birth to Jasper Gardenia along the coastline of Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos. The first green and smart affordable estate. Now, Jasper Estate is just 10 minutes away from Dangote Refinery and is just opposite the Lekki Golf Course. And guess what? The title is Gizet. Now, with 17 million naira, you can get a property here. Yes. And you can also make a down payment of 5 million naira. And you can choose not to pay it at one go. There is a stretch of 24 months payment. So what that means is that you have 2 years to pay for the property. So it is pertinent you are part of what is going on here, because here, my friend, is the future.
GTX Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
Now, an average Rolls Royce takes 6 months to build. There's another version that takes about 4 years to build. That's the most expensive Rolls Royce. Can you tell us about the place of time in luxury and success? Toyota takes 13 hours.
Well, it goes back to individuals as well. It goes, just like you said, being successful takes time. It takes diligence. It takes hard work, or in these days, smart work.
Maybe a combination of the two.
Because my father would always say, "Kashishe
That's true.
If it was by dint of hard work, the Alaru would be the richest.
That's true.
I remember there was a time I met Gabby and Bruce, and I shook his hand, and his hands were so soft. I said, and he was just stepping out of his Rolls Royce. I said, your hands are so soft. I said, I sell ideas.
Wow.
I sell my ideas. And that stuck with me, like, wait a minute. So it's not just, hard work grinding, but you also have to be smart about it.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a process. You must be willing to. It's like, let's use this analogy of the bamboo tree.
That's true.
When you plant it, you don't see anything for 10 years.
That's true.
Because it's digging its roots.
Yeah.
So when it starts to sprout, within a year you see it's 20 feet tall.
True.
So you must be willing to put into the process, just like Rolls-Royce does, into the brand.
Yeah.
Put your time, put the work in. Like Alhaji Dangote did not become a billionaire for 30 years.
Yeah,
it took him 30 years, and he says it, 33 years to become a billionaire.
Whoa.
Yes.
33 years.
To become a billionaire.
What are your, if you have any, 3 investment quotes?
I usually give 5.
Oh, beautiful.
The first one is get an education.
Get an education.
Ambition without knowledge is like a boat on dry land or in the desert. It's not going anywhere.
Ambition without knowledge is like a boat
in the desert. It's not going anywhere.
Wow.
And when I say knowledge, your knowledge does not only exist within the 4 walls of a university or a school.
Yes.
Read, think and grow rich. Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes.
Teach your children. So even if you don't make it, your children can
make it.
The number 2 one, always have a game plan.
Always have a game plan.
You are never too young. Have a game plan. Plan your life. What am I doing in 2 years? Where do I want to be in 5? Everybody wants to live in Banana Island. Everybody wants to live in VI. But what have you set in motion to get you to that? And daily you must assess yourself. What have I done today? What have I done? What am I doing next month? So that's part of your game plan. Write all these things down. You know. We already talked about number 3.
Yes.
Find your calling. Find your passion. Find something you are passionate about.
Okay.
It could be singing. It could be writing. It could be coding. It could be making cars, it could be designing, it could be drawing. Find something, it could be braiding hair. Find your calling, find something you're passionate about.
Amazing.
And attack it with diligence.
Wow.
And you see that it will take you places. Pick your friends very carefully, so to speak.
Okay.
Because your friends help to determine where you are going to end up. Whenever they catch an armed robber, the first thing they say is, "This is my first time. My friend told me to come along."
That's true.
Same thing goes for successful people. You're either going to be led to your success by a good friend who's going to say, come, let's do this together, like Kenny and myself did.
That's true.
The last one is be giving.
Be giving.
When I say giving, continuously give.
Okay.
Yoruba say, okay, lowa afuningbe. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Because that 100 naira that are thinking, 100 naira, pay local law me, 100 naira, pay local law me. Somebody is looking for 10 naira. Somebody is looking for 5 naira. Money is like it's water, it flows. When you hold it, you prevent the flow.
Very true.
So the more you spend, the more you give, the more you receive. Believe you me, it works.
We have Token. This is one of my books. I've written 35 books.
I'm still waiting to get my first book out, and it's coming.
I'll be willing to work with you on that.
Please.
I mean, I have a way around the books, so.
Thank you.
It's called Switch.
Wow.
Yes, it's a kind of open people up to why business opportunities that get on the internet.
Okay.
That they could do and legit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can help you put it on there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming. We're grateful.
Thank you very much for having me. And I am also going to tap into your wealth of experience.
Well,
Yoruba say,
yes, sir.
in as much as you learn from us, we will also learn from you. So thank you for having me. I've learned quite a bit. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. So, guys, this has been an amazing episode of course, Investment Chat with Stephen Akintayo and Royce.